Hello viewers, I welcome you to a continuation of the promotion video of the book that is about to be put on the local and international bookshelves. I'm your host, Elizabeth Mubita. Once again, I'm here with the author of the interesting Gemstone book. Mr. Lungu, welcome.
Thank you.
So, let's start with how gemstones are formed. Do they just grow or they're made by some scientists in some factory?
No, you see, there are myths, there are scientific explanations on how gemstones are formed. But if we want to follow the science route, the gemology route, the geography route, the gemstones form mainly in three types of stones. There's what they call the igneous rock, the metamorphic rock, and the sedimentary rock. And igneous rock is a rock that is formed when the earth crust heats up, and then the magma is actually the molten rock, meaning a rock that is in a liquid form. So as it is heated up on the earth crust, the rock in liquid form starts to come up towards the surface of the earth. So because it's cooler up and hotter down, so as it cools down, most of the chemicals and minerals that it meets start mineralizing. They start forming crystals and other types of minerals. So then you find that is the igneous rock. Then you've got the metamorphic rock. Metamorphic simply means meta is change and morphic is form. So metamorphic means changing form. So a rock that is called metamorphic rock is also similarly created by the heating of the earth crust, and with subsequent pressure and different natural agents. As the molten rock is heated and it's simmering through the surface of the earth, meets cool air or cool temperatures, that environment creates also another type of rock which is called the metamorphic rock. And the third one, the sedimentary rock, is a rock that is formed from sediments. Sediments are particles. They can be organic or inorganic particles that are collected by water, air, and they are deposited probably on a riverbed or anywhere where the particles will deposit, and eventually they will cement and form crystals. So these are some of the type of rocks that you actually find in sedimentary rocks. So those are, I think, the three types of rocks that you find.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've mentioned these types of rocks. Can you explain in simple terms so that even a lay person like me can understand?
Well, the simplest term that I can use, like for like sedimentary rocks, you find in southern province of Zambia, there is what they call petrified wood. Petrified wood is a tree that has died, but it has not decomposed fully because of water and other natural agents that are making it maintain its form. So when the wood, it dries up and petrifies, it starts looking like a rock. Those are some of the type of rocks that will come from a sedimentary rock formation. Then there are rocks that will collect and form layers. And these are rocks that I think in subsequent videos we're going to talk about. But then, like the basic thing that we're talking about, in simple terms, sedimentary rock is a rock that is formed through a collection of different particles, either organic or non-organic, but then eventually it forms a stone. And metamorphic rock is just a rock that is built up because of the heat and pressure from the surface of the earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can you name a few Zambian gemstones that are formed in these rocks?
Yes. For instance, beryls. A beryl is okay. In a strong term, it's a beryllium aluminium silicate. These are aquamarine and emeralds. These are formed also from metamorphic rocks, and you find that, like in Zambia, they are mainly found on the Copperbelt province of Zambia, and then part of northwestern. That's where you find rocks that are formed in that in sedimentary, in metamorphic arrangements. Then there are rocks that are formed from igneous rock formations. These will include, even beryls again will be formed in that manner. So other rocks that will be formed are the crystal, like this crystal mineral that I'm holding here. This is a beautiful crystal that comes from one of the Zambian mines, and more than 60% of the earth gemstones will comprise quartz. It's a crystal quartz. It's a composition of silicon dioxide. It's a mixture of silicon and oxygen. These are some of the stones that you are going to find forming in all three types of rocks. You find this stone forming in sedimentary rock, in igneous rock, and in metamorphic rock. So when we are talking about the mineralization of these stones, for instance, when you look at this stone, when it's the heat of the earth's surface makes the rock molten, it will start building into something like this. Then as it is going up towards the surface, it will start crystallizing. So you find like a mother rock here, but then the crystal is forming. In this case, we've got a crystal that is formed with other elements inside. These are iron elements. As it is coming down, it picks iron elements and forms what other people may call phantom quartz. So this is a phantom structure of a stone. These are found in Zambia. They're found in the northern part of Zambia because that's where it's more rocky. You find more rocks in Zambia. But when you go towards the southern province of Zambia, you find stones that come from sedimentary arrangements. And these are, for example, the petrified wood that we talked about. They come from sedimentary rock formations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But how can one identify these rocks?
Identity of these rocks is not easy. Usually you need to engage a specialist, like someone from the Ministry of Mines of Zambia, someone that has done gemology, to be able to lift a stone and say, okay, this one comes from this type of a rock. So I encourage a lot of people to visit the mineralogy department of the Ministry of Mines to get explanations on where they can find these rocks. There are times we get misrepresentation where, because you've seen a green stone and you think it's emerald, but then probably that green stone that you find does not come from an emerald area. So a gemologist will tell you to say, no, it's not possible for that green stone to be emerald because you've picked it in an area where probably there's a metamorphic rock formation. Yeah.
Do you have examples of areas where these rock formations are formed?
Yes.
Or do you have examples of areas where these rock formations occur?
Yes, the occurrence of these rocks is widespread in our country. So, for instance, like when you're talking about amethyst, moonstone, red garnet, and other beryls, you find that they come from igneous rock formations that are common in the eastern part of Zambia, like Lundazi, Chipata, and I think most of the surrounding areas in the eastern province. Then some of them you can actually find them in central province. So metamorphic rocks, the common crystal or gemstone that you find is a beryl, the emerald, which is found like in Lufanyama district of Zambia. So we will talk more on where these gemstones are found and in what kind of rocks in the next video. But for now, I think it's just to make the viewers understand that we've got the three types of rock formations. And if I may add, the other type of creation of these gemstones comes from the natural creation. So believers of different religions, they believe there's a creator somewhere that made these gemstones. So the understanding is relative. Others will say, I want to go for the scientific definition. Others will say, there's a God that put the stones there. It may be a God of different religions, but at the end of the day, we're talking about a creator that has put these things under the surface of the Zambian soil.
Exactly. Okay, thank you for the responses that you've given. We are hoping to learn more about the Zambian gemstone in the next recording. This has been Elizabeth Mwita. Thank you for watching and goodbye. But remember to like the Facebook page and subscribe on his YouTube channel.